Hello
Weird
everyone and
place
welcome
for
to
an
Half Beard's
interview.
HUD's Heads Up.
It's requested
Today
to
we
leave.
have Law & Order Legacies,
it's all
a
a big
fucking
game.
video game
I
out
get
of the
the
Law &
impression
Order.
he's young.
A show that
His
I have
mom answered
never
the phone when I
seen.
first called.
Made by Telltale, as you can
Speaking
tell
of
by
games,
this elegant
good
use of the
cop or
Telltale
bad
tool.
cop?
But it
cop,
doesn't play like a
definitely.
Telltale game.
Suits me.
Basically, this kind of plays like Phoenix Wright in a lot of ways.
Call me anonymous.
We already have your
Right
name
now in the
and
middle of the
phone
first
number,
episode, there are
dumbass.
total 7 episodes. Only 3 are out right now. And in this first episode, just to give you the update before we get started in this interrogation, we're about halfway through the episode. A young woman named Rachel Trevino has been found dead in a hotel storage closet. We don't know what's going on. All we know is we found her phone. Some voicemails were missing. We went to the company that manages her phone, and they're like, I don't know, man. I don't know how those voicemails went missing. Go talk to this hacker we used to hire because we're assholes. And now we're talking to the hacker, who is the most stereotypical fucking nerd you'll ever hear. So we're going to jump right in. Again, as I said, this plays a lot like a Phoenix Wright game, which is kind of cool. And again, let me restate, I don't know the first goddamn thing about Law & Order. I've never seen any of the shows. All I know is that theme song is jazzy as fuck. And it plays a lot, which is great, because it's the only part of the show I know, so I feel like it makes the game authentic. But we're going to start off, we start off by asking him how he knows the victim.
Did you know Rachel Trevino?
She mentioned your name on her blog.
She did? Oh my god, really? What'd she say about me? Does she like me? Does she want to meet?
You sure you didn't know her? Or want to know her? I mean, you're smart, Tom. All you had to do was hack in, learn her secrets, get close.
No, it's not like that.
As you heard earlier,
still wouldn't
Benson
have
here
It
and
drove
your
you
character,
crazy.
Ray,
And then,
something Ray,
things just
are
got out of control.
are playing
your
bad
fault.
cop, good cop.
Am I right?
Wait, what's not my fault? What are you talking about? Look, you gotta believe me. I didn't know this girl. I don't know any girls.
So, very similar to L.A. Noire, actually, not Phoenix Wright. L.A. Noire is actually a huge part here. It's kind of a mix of the two. You ask, do you believe the character or not? And you know what? I believe him. And if you're correct, boom, you get a star, as you can see up there. Those stars, they indicate your rating. But whenever you pick an answer, they ask you to justify it. And to do that, you pick the right answer, and if you don't quite know, you can go and look at the transcript of your conversation. Now, I, of course, already know the answer because I played through the scene, and honestly, it's because it's having it seem genuine. We're going to go with the gut. Boom.
It's okay, Tom. I believe you. We believe you. Calm down.
And that's pretty
Rachel
much the
was killed
gameplay.
the
There's
other
also
night.
looking
I
for
just had
evidence,
to make sure you weren't playing
which
us.
is kind of cool in its own way. You essentially move around through the environment, very adventure game kind of, not really adventure game kind of style. You kind of like, almost kind of like a DS game. You're kind of swiping through the environment, and then you're actually circling, like, with the mouse cursor, stuff that is relevant. So yeah, that's kind of the two gameplay things that I've seen so far. Another cool thing in the dialogue is there's red herrings, so not every one of these is going to be useful. For instance, FTP.
So, Tom, how many FTPs do you have?
Where'd you learn that word? You're using that word wrong.
FTPs. Do you have them?
Someone taught you a computer word and you're using it wrong. Just stop.
It's the bullshit side of thing, but it's kind of funny. Basically, you want to try to straighten, real conversations out. So why don't we
Where
see if
were
he's got
you
an
on
alibi?
Saturday night.
Everywhere.
Fucker.
Tom, we can go downtown right
This guy
now
makes
if
me
that's how you wanna
hate
play
that
it.
people think this is what nerds
Sorry,
are.
I was online on a raid.
Fucker.
Anyone corroborate this?
About 20 warriors in my guild.
And again, fucker.
Let me rephrase. Did anyone real see you?
Yeah, my mom. I live with her. She was there the whole time.
Yeah, it's a plausible alibi. Earlier, we were talking about how when we called him for this interview, his mom picked up. So we already know he lives with his mams. And his mom is.
Yeah, I talked to your mom on the phone already. She know you're out this late?
Hilarious.
I don't know why this guy sounds like Sylvester the fucking cat.
We talked to some people at Mercury Telstar. You have a reputation there.
I will
People
say
said
I
you're good.
find the
Too good, mate.
visual style
I
this
thought you
game
might have done
has
something illegal, but they said their security is way too tough.
absolutely
for you to crack.
Like,
Please,
absolutely
I wrote
fascinating.
their
Like, I just think it's a really well,
firewalls, the protocol encryption.
a good choice. It's a really
all
well
me,
done choice
detective.
for
So, you could crack a
a
voicemail
show that's all
account?
about real people like this.
Stupid easy.
You know, there's the
about
CSI
deleting
games also
voicemails?
made by
In my
Telltale,
sleep,
and they look a
detective.
little weird when they have
What
the
did
people
Mercury Telstar
modeled
think
and they're
of
supposed
that?
to look correct. They look right. This kind of cell shading thing they have going on and very painterly backgrounds. It's very nice. It works very well with what they're trying to do, and the very kind of stark, clear, kind of marble interface works very well with the idea of what the show is. And obviously, you know, it does all the visual tics of the show. You know, the white text on black background stuff.
Why would
What
your
you'd
old
expect.
company accuse you of hacking?
Mercury Telstar hates me. They'll accuse me of anything. I'm a rogue anarchist activist.
Fucker.
Those accounts are my playground.
And you hacked Rachel Trevino's.
I don't know.
This feels like
No.
demeaning.
No. Why are you asking?
Your old company seems to think you did, and you apparently possess the skills.
It makes me
No,
I feel
don't.
like there is some writer out there that just thinks we're all
For
stupid.
instance,
I don't
I
know.
couldn't
I
have
don't blame
gotten through your
Telltale for this. I just think
firewall.
this
No
is
way.
somebody.
Protocol
I think this is him
encryption
just
alone
poking
is way
fun,
beyond
and
my
I'm
skill.
taking it wrong. I don't believe him, obviously, because he stated 5 fucking seconds ago that he wrote the security that he apparently can't hack. So either that means he is incredibly incompetent, which honestly is also believable, or he's a total bad, fucking crappy ass liar. I don't know why this game's making me swear so much.
You're lying, twerp.
It's like all the relaxing
Totally
games that
not
make me
lying,
swear.
detective.
This,
Remember how
Dust
you were
Force,
bragging on
anything
how you
that's
wrote
kind of
the
just a
security?
relaxing mind turn off game. The blue language just comes right out.
That gives you means. Now we just need motive and opportunity.
Hey, wait a second. You didn't Mirandize me. I know my rights.
Also, that's not.
Oh, Tom,
That's
this is just an
the rules
interview,
behind
not an
Miranda
arrest.
rights. That's
So
not more
sorry.
for actual
Miranda
like
doesn't apply.
interrogation and not just for an arrest. I don't remember exactly. I remember
Would it
reading that
surprise
somewhere.
you to learn that the internet was developed by the Department of Defense? Uh-huh. Yeah, it's a weapon is what it is.
Oh, I didn't mean to click on
Weapons
this red
are
herring.
harmless when dismantled. My mission is to take the internet and explode it into a million pieces.
So we SOPA?
But then what will you do on Saturday nights?
Well, there's always Dungeons and Dragons.
Let's get back to Rachel Trevino.
I didn't
So
mean to click that.
why would a nice
but there you
guy
go.
like you want to delete voicemails?
Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't.
Maybe
Chris,
I'm
can
a
I
piece of
tase this
shit,
guy?
but I
Tom, I
probably
think
am.
you're
So let's
starting
not
to
even
irritate
insinuate
my
that I'm
partner.
not.
You like games, Tom? Let's play a game. It's called Detective Benson Likes You for a Murder. I throw you in jail, and you try to survive as long as you
I love
can
how they
with the
only
drug addicts and the gang members who live
insinuate the
there.
butt rape,
You can post the results
but
on your
don't
blog.
explicitly
I can picture the
state the
Facebook
butt rape.
update now.
I just... okay. There was another reason.
What is this another reason?
I don't know why I really like
paid
that.
to
What is
access the
this?
account, of
Insert
course.
By
word.
who?
I don't want to say.
You better say. Or do we need to call your mom and tell her you're running a hacking ring out of her basement?
Oh, Jesus, no. Look, don't get her involved. That woman has enough problems. These people are powerful.
Names. We need names.
I
don't know
really
their
feel like they
names.
didn't need to make me
But you
do
know they're
those
powerful?
3 things.
How does that work?
They could have just,
We
you
only
know,
did business over the
combined
phone.
another reason
They had
and
their caller
names
ID
into
blocked,
that
so
first one.
I never knew their names.
Now, this is where it starts getting interesting. See, unlike a lot of last answers where he mentioned the fucking reason why it's a lie 5 goddamn seconds earlier, this one was actually in a previous conversation. We went to Mercury Telstar, and when they told us to go talk to this guy, they're like, be careful, don't call him from the police station, because he's fucking master of caller ID, and he always knows who's calling him. And I'm just like, so he has caller ID? But nonetheless, we know he always knows his caller's real names. So the fact that he can't not know this woman's name. Blom.
You're a terrible liar, Tom.
Your old boss told us you know how to crack caller ID codes. You know those names, and you're gonna tell us one way or another.
Oh.
You know what? Playtime is over. You
And
better
those bars
start
come
coughing
down,
up
and yeah,
solid
that's the
answers,
end
or I'm
of that
throwing you in
segment.
Rikers, and your mom will have to spend her last cent to post your bail.
Okay.
As a
but
great
listen,
man
I
once
only
said,
hack
and that's
accounts
the
to
end
sell the
of
voicemail
that
passwords.
storage.
Passwords? Plural?
Yeah, I did a lot of them. Celebrities, politicians, you name it. Then I sold the passwords to this lady named Gwendolyn Scott. She's like a PR flack.
Did she ask you to mess with Rachel's account?
Yeah? I figured it was corporate espionage or something. You know, what do I care? Let the capitalist pigs brawl in the mud. Who's it gonna hurt?
Rachel Trevino.
Have a great night, Deep Throat.
And at the end, you get your tally. And the theme song, yeah. Boom, 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 boom. So yeah, you know, you get your tally. Everything's, you get stars. Those stars are what leads up to your detective rank. I haven't actually seen how that affects a damn fucking thing yet.
We're going to start by what we call defining your moment.
Gwendolyn Scott.
Yes.
I'm Detective
Excuse
Ray
me, I have this piece of hair in the middle of my face that I
So
can't seem to
sorry,
move
I'm
to the
busy.
side for some reason.
It's important.
My client
I
is
really
important.
like these
You
kind of
can call
painted
my
backgrounds.
office.
You know, a guy named Tom Newberry just gave me this girl's number, PR flack. She likes to buy voicemail passwords and blackmail her clients. Maybe I'll call her instead.
Who is this
5
schmuck
minutes.
who's just standing there? Well, I know you just said my PR lady's an absolute bitch,
that
but no,
fun,
I'm just sitting here
detective?
like an idiot anyways.
Sometimes I like to play rough.
Well, so do I. But a little charm can go a long way.
Alright. Why don't we be forthful?
Okay, you're gonna tell me how you deleted Rachel
Forceful.
Trevino's voicemails.
Whoa, down boy. What voicemails?
If you don't tell me now, we're gonna take you downtown.
Fine. And I'll call my lawyer and we can just sit there and stare at each other like a bad first date because I don't know what you're talking about and I don't like your attitude.
Fine, we'll be charming.
I promise this will only take a moment of your time. You're a busy girl.
Though,
Thanks.
venture gaming
I
right there,
appreciate it.
where
And
you've
I
done
promise I won't
something,
make up extra
but we're just gonna
questions
pretend it
as
didn't
an
happen so you
excuse
can do
to
the right
talk to you
thing.
longer.
All right, Romeo, settle down. Ask away.
Okay, what? That's a red herring, no shit. Why don't we ask about Tom Newberry?
Do you know Tom Newberry?
No.
No. He named specifically in his caller ID. What? Oh. Oh, I thought they're just gonna be like, and you move
Does
forward.
the name Rachel Trevino mean anything to you?
No. Should it?
She was murdered last night. We found her body at the Parkview Regency.
Oh, poor girl. As if life isn't tough enough for housekeeping.
How'd you know she was a hook? Yeah, there is. How'd you know she was a housekeeper?
I didn't say anything about her being with housekeeping.
I must have read it in the paper.
Nothing's been released to the papers yet.
It must have been gossip. You know how these things get around, Detective.
No. Why would I believe her?
Tom Newberry already told us you knew her.
Oh, that Rachel. Of course.
Despite the fact she's already
Mistake.
denied that she
I
knows
can
Tom.
Be such an airhead.
So if I look up your phone records and Tom Newberry called you, and you talked to him more than once, now, would I be crazy to think you're lying to me?
I'd say you were just jealous.
Of what? No. Do you feel like she's some of these questions that ask you are kind of fucking dumb. People in PR can never be trusted. I don't agree with that necessarily, however, I appreciate the intent. I know lots of good PR people. Many of them have been absolute wonderful people. I also know one or two who maybe not so much. Well, she has yet to answer a single question truthfully. Still, that's a great answer, though.
I'm not
PR
trying to
people
tell
can't
you,
be trusted.
Scott.
They're
You
the
don't like
goddamn
playing
devil.
games. You knew him.
Fine. Yes, we did business. I paid him for insider information.
Okay, well, tell me what you paid
You
him.
paid Tom for what exactly?
Passwords. I paid Tom for access to
There's something a
voicemail accounts.
little weird
So
with
you could
the
delete
VO
Rachel
recording
Trevino's
here. It's a little
voicemails?
scratchy in
Look,
parts.
I really shouldn't say.
Did you want to keep her quiet? Miss Scott, were you involved in her murder?
That's maybe jumping a step ahead.
I did delete Rachel's voicemails, yes, but I did it for someone else. On someone else's orders. Understand?
Yes. Should pay for access, but he never personally deleted voicemails. It's true because she's attracted to Curtis and is trying to impress him. That's maybe being a little presumptuous, isn't it, Detective Curtis? Confirm that Tom never during the hacker attack. He never deleted them. So as you can see, it's not always
All right,
dead
I'm
simple.
listening.
There's actually
Why don't you tell me a little more?
some
Was
thought is
someone else
required.
involved?
So let's see who else is involved.
Who asked you to delete the voicemails?
A client. I really can't tell you.
I'm gonna find out anyway. I'm actually pretty good at this detective.
That's not bad.
Well, crap. I guess it's all over for me anyway. Here's the deal. I gave Rachel's password and voicemails to my usual buyer, Alexander Baran.
Alexander Baran, as in CEO
Thank you.
of Wider Media? The Russian guy who owns like
Sounds a
half
bit
the
like, who the
television
hell is
stations in
that?
America?
The very same. Baran bought Rachel's voicemail access from me a few weeks ago, and then told me to delete them all.
I do. Wider Media was a note in Rachel's notebook, which is true. No, he was not. James Stairs.
Wider Media. Rachel wrote that in her day planner. It didn't click until now.
That's because it hadn't been mentioned until now.
Scott, why was Alexander Baran interested in Rachel Trevino? She's a maid. He's a Russian billionaire. I don't get it.
Those things are
Rachel
not the same
Trevino
at
wasn't
all.
a hotel maid. She was an activist, a blogger, and she had uncovered some dirty, dirty secrets about Alexander Baran.
I love how they say
He's
blogger,
a
like it is
very
some
bad boy
deep,
detective.
secret,
What did you
underground
find out?
profession, and not something you
Baran
can totally
has a
start up in your spare
problem keeping
time.
it in his pants, especially when it comes to housekeeping staff. We've had to cover up a few unsavory encounters. Rachel tried to set up a sting going undercover at the hotel, and I honestly don't know what happened after that, but I think she got in over her head.
Did Baran kill her?
And this is where my lawyer would advise me to keep my mouth shut.
So yes.
Come on, Gwen.
Oh, now it's Gwen. I like that. Okay, look, all I'm gonna say is the Parkview Regency Hotel has a front desk, right? Ask them who stayed there on Saturday.
All the faces kind of go dead at the end of a scene. Also, all right. So I don't want to show too much of this game. Obviously, it's this game is literally all story. There's not even like the standard adventure game. Let's stumble around and look at shit. Crap, you have a normal adventure games. This is full on. We converse, and that is all we're doing. So we're gonna cut it off here. This is out right now on Steam. I want to say it is $20. I think, maybe 15. Let's say 20. I'll put a YouTube annotation right here. That'll say how much this game costs. For that you get all 7 episodes, I think. Right now, only the first 3 are available. The other 4 will be coming out eventually. I don't know if they plan to release all 4 at once, or if they plan to do it like 1 a month for a little bit, or something along those lines. But yeah, it's definitely a cut above those CSI games they did. While those CSI games, weren't necessarily bad, they were definitely kind of. They felt like they kind of felt like Telltale's busy work to kind of fund their greater ambitions. This feels like it's more of a fleshed out product, and I really like a lot of the gameplay ideas it has. It takes a lot of good stuff from LA Noire and like Phoenix Wright and kind of crap like that, and it kind of compounds it all into one neat package. Also, the art style's nice. Feels like there's a decent amount of content. I don't know how close I am to the end of the case, honestly, so I can't really tell you, but if you are a fan of Law & Order, this seems like a perfectly serviceable game. I don't know if there's returning characters and stuff like that, because I have no clue about anything that is Law & Order related, but, see. Personally, just like $20 so I could hear this theme song forever. Just have this running, you know, have this running on my computer just to hear this Law and Order theme song. That alone might be worth the money. But it seems like there's actually a cool game attached to this as well. So yeah, Law and Order Legacies available right now on Steam, as well as, I'm assuming, Telltale's site. Go pick it up. That's Happy It's HUD, and we're out.